provide them with a symbol. And in 1501, a 26-year-old, boggles the mind, a 26-year-old Michelangelo is given a 13-foot tall block of marble and told to produce something wonderful. And what he does is arguably the most important piece of marble sculpture since ancient Greece, the massive, gigantic David.
In a workshop behind the cathedral, an extraordinary work of art was beginning to take form. A single 13-foot block of marble had stood for 35 years waiting for a sculptor brave enough to take on the challenge.
Michelangelo lived for his work. He was, I think, by any standards, a workaholic. He rarely ate. He didn't sleep very much. He would often sit away in the dead of night with his hammer ringing away. He didn't take his boots off, apparently, for months at a time, so that when he did take them off, the skin came along with the boots.
The giant Michelangelo was creating would come to symbolize his struggles against the family he had once adored. In Florence, Michelangelo had shrugged off his association with the exiled Medici, and now his masterpiece was nearing completion. The city would soon have a formidable symbol of independence. On the 25th of January, 1504, Michelangelo felt ready to expose his work to the scrutiny of the outside world.
The David started out as a commission for the cathedral in Florence to be put far up on the top of the building. That's why it's so big, because it had to be visible from the ground. Well, when he finished it, the authorities came to look at it, and everyone agreed that this was such a monumental step forward that it would be a shame to put it up there on top of the cathedral, because nobody would ever see it. And what they decided was that it ought to be put outside the town hall. But context determines meaning. On a religious building, it would have been primarily understood as David the prophet, the God-given hero. In front of a public governmental building, it became, almost automatically, a symbol of the city itself.
What Michelangelo had created became the ultimate symbol of resistance to the overbearing Medici.
The Republic wants that image. It wants Florence to be David, but it wants the Medici to be seen as Goliath. So what Michelangelo creates is this amazing piece of Republican art. It's to show Florence after the Medici, slaying the Medici. That's what David's all about.
Michelangelo was in an unusual position. From the age of 13 onwards, he had had a very close relationship with the Medici, or as the Brits say, wrongly, Medici. It's mispronunciation. Don't ever listen to a British pronunciation of anything. They pronounce things wrong, like laboratory and aluminium. But he had had this close relationship with them. He lived in their house for years. And so when they're exiled in 1498, he's kind of guilty by association. But just 3 years later, here in 1501, he's given this massive commission. It's actually originally a commission for the cathedral. But even well before 1504, it's apparent this is going to be something extraordinary. And the commune takes it over. And they put it right in front of that old 1299 Republican palace, the Palazzo dei Priori, now generally known as the Palazzo Vecchio, the old palace, as a powerful symbol of the Republic defeating that Medici family. Now, it's not the first David we've seen. In fact, we've seen a bronze David by Donatello. What do you remember about this commission, about who patronized it, where this statue stood, and what it was interpreted to mean in its time period? Rachel?
The Cosmo commissioned it instead of the palace as a symbol against tyranny.
Okay, so Cosimo de' Medici commissioned it. It's in the 1440s. And so where did it sit?
Is that in the garden or in the courtyard?
Courtyard.
It's in the courtyard, and it was supposed to be a symbol against tyranny and kind of resemble like the tyrannicide
Okay.
of David against Goliath. And they wanted to show people that they weren't, what's the word? They weren't,
Tyrants?
yeah, they weren't tyrants themselves.
What
so.
what family was kind of metaphor